Nothing in this world could ever bring them down. Yeah, they're invincible, and she's just in the background. And she says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. He says I'm talking with a big smile, but they haven't got.
This is me, Drew. Every day I wake up and I think to myself, what did I ever do to deserve this? And as you can imagine, I'm not some pretty cheerleader or hotshot sports jock, but simply a nobody, an outcast, a small person living in a big world. But I endure day in and day out. High school's as gruesome as the last environment though, where I struggle to find a place. Looking on from the shadows, I'm in awe at the cool kids who hang out with one another, party and date people of their kind. A picture and dream of what it must be like to be in their shoes just for a second. Boy, were they all living the life. I seized every opportunity I could to fit in. It was Halloween when they said that there would be a costume contest and best dressed would win. I hurried home and I spent all night preparing that costume with hopes that they would finally accept me within their social group. But, as you can imagine, the prize went to no one. When I found out the day of that it was only a childish joke played by the cool kids, and the contest was another week away. If there was one word I could use to describe that day, it wouldn't be anger, but rather disappointment. I seem to regard them with such a high level of admiration and respect, but yet they don't have the audacity to do the same? That day, I was made the fool. And for the whole day, and for quite some time, I began to believe it. Also, nobody can forget April Fool's Day of freshman year, where I sat in a chair with a puddle of water that somebody put there as a prank. Now, not realizing at the time, I ended up walking an entire day through the halls wondering why everyone was laughing. And to think that not a single person said anything. But why would they? As long as they weren't the targets, they all were in the clear. These ruthless jokes I was played on were endless. All this trouble of fitting in was impossible. They pretended as if I wasn't there. Yet again, I was nothing but an addict to them, invisible and unseen, a nobody. It seemed like what I lacked in social interaction, though, I made up for in academics. Then again, who wants to hang out with a geek? Well, let me answer that for you. Nobody. So knowing the inevitable, and after countless pursuits of trying to fit in and make some friends, I came to the realization of where I sat in the high school social kingdom, as I like to call it. Straight at the bottom. And I didn't mind at all. If this is what I was destined for, so be it. Walking every day through the battlefield of school, I felt like I was fading away, and the passion I once had for making friends was gone. I wondered to myself what the point was anymore. Here I was back in middle school, thinking I could change my life around and have a bunch of cool friends and a beautiful girl by my side that liked me for who I was both in and out, because that's what movies kept reminding me of. But when I thought about it, I guess movies are a fantasy and nothing but a pigment of our imagination. Also, you could argue that fantasies are only for people, not nobodies. Then it dawned upon me one day when I was getting ready for school, and it had taken me years to realize this. After all those movies, TV shows, and magazines, we're constantly ambushed with the mindset that we have to find love, and time is limited. Now, love can mean anything. It can be trying to find a partner, making friends, finding a job, or anything really. But at the end of the day, and what I finally realized is that trying too hard is sometimes the worst thing you can do. Because all you really should do is take a step back, and when you least expect it, fate kicks in. There are many perspectives we can view it as, where some might call it fate, others say it's coincidence, or luck. Yet whatever it might be, I finally come to realize that we are all unique, and not one person is alike. Some know what they want, and they can just get it, while others might have to work hard to achieve something that could happen, or very well may not. After that day and for days onward, I felt like I was still living, and all that negativity and being a nobody didn't affect me, and I ignored it all. Yes, I had no friends, and yes, I was just a person hiding in the shadows, but what I did have was hope. In fact, before I end my very last diary off, I create a little mental note that read, one day, you'll stumble upon someone just like you, who understands you and sees you for who you are. And the shadow you once were vanishes as they've seen you in the beautiful aurora that you cast. And when that day comes, you're not just nobody, but a somebody. Your best friend,